Hey all, welcome to the weekly Killer Instinct Twitch stream. And we're going to be showing you off some cool stuff. We've got some familiar faces here. We've got Dan Farnese. He's a designer on our team. He's been working on the game since the very beginning. You guys are just now seeing him though, last week and this week. And Campbell Tran, you know, the man, the myth, the legend. Full of surprises each week. And and myself, I'm Torrin Reddick. I'm the producer on the Microsoft side on Killer Instincts. And today we're going to be showing you guys some cool stuff from practice mode. We're going to be exploring some ideas in the game, some interesting ideas around the combat in the game, and things that are important, things to look out for, and some interesting uniqueness. Some interesting uniqueness to our combat system. Oh, and Adam Icegreen is joining us too.
Whoa, Adam!
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, so are we there?
I don't want to invade Campbell's personal
Yeah.
space.
There's only like 3 inches.
Yeah, I know. So it's just there he is. There he is. Yeah.
Floating king. Anyway,
So anyway, let's rock and roll. So I guess what we're going to start out with, we're going to talk about autos and how you break them.
Alright, so we've done a lot of talking throughout developing this game about like where the characters are going and all that, but us in general, we haven't talked a lot about the individual system and really haven't gotten into a ton of detail on this stream. So I know when you watch this game and you do combos, they start to look pretty overwhelming. Like it looks like I'm just doing a ton of stuff here, but it's really much simpler than we make it look. So first we'll go with how breakers work. So what I just did right there was an opener into an auto double, and you see people playing this game get breakers pretty consistently on auto doubles, and you might be wondering how that works. So how that does work is after an opener, you can do one of 6 auto doubles depending on the button you press. As a defender in that situation, you want to look for the first hit there, and then when you see it, you react to it and press the corresponding button. So since I'm hitting the heavy punch button here, Dan's hitting both the heavy punch and the heavy kick buttons on reaction to that and breaking me every time. The heavy buttons give you more time to react than the light buttons do, but the heavy buttons also add a ton more potential damage, which we may go into in a second if we have more time.
Sure.
So what does that mean to you as a player? What that means to you is there is a small learning curve at the beginning of the game where once you start playing, this stuff will start to look a little overwhelming for about 10 minutes, 20 minutes. Hours?
That's Campbell time.
it's getting a read. So
Campbell, we got some feedback. They wish that you could talk and play.
Talk and
So
play.
tell you what,
Okay,
That's like
why
walking
don't you play?
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah,
chat
Adam
about
can
this as we're going. So one of the things you got to look for is you start having to learn the tells. One of the big steps in learning how to play KI well is to look for the tells on all of the autos and the manuals. So, for example, if Campbell here goes and does his heavy again, right? So go ahead and do your heavy into your heavy. See that nice how the sword, you get a nice hilt in the air. That's a real frame tell that you can understand that this is going to be a heavy, right?
Yeah, there's also a kick version of heavies also. So
Right.
it's hard kick.
You get that knee.
Yeah.
So one of the things about playing against the characters is you have to learn their tells for their doubles, right? So they were the fierce, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So basically, as you start to learn, so part of a fighting game is obviously knowing the character that you're playing. But a lot of the other nuances to being good at a fighting game, right? Heavy rabbits, are knowing how the other character is playing, right? And so for us, a lot of that is learning the tells of all of the different doubles. And then there's you want to talk a little bit about manuals while we're at it?
Yeah.
Since we're talking about this whole system.
So, like I said, if you are looking for some auto doubles, you can break them on reaction every time, and that leaves on the guy doing the combo to mix it up more. And the best ways to mix it up first are start doing light ones because those are harder to break. They give you much less time than these 2 big chunky hits over here.
Right.
But a different way to mix it up for the defender is to do what we call a manual. I didn't do one right there, but a manual. Slow down.
So
I'm gonna wait.
manuals, see, this is
There we go.
So this is the thing we like about the system is manuals are basically waiting until hit recovery is almost done on the part of the victim in order for you to input another move. And so their braking timing is extremely strict, but their input timing is strict too. It's one of those things that even for really good players like Campbell, it's easy to fall out and miss your heavies, which leads to a lot of interesting strategy between when do I use autos, when do I use heavies, and then how do I get a player to kind of can I bait players into using some of these moves so that I can do really fun things like counter breakers.
Yeah.
You want to talk about that?
Sure. So another way besides manuals to get to do combos that don't get broken right away is to start using counter breakers. A really common way to get people to do that. Let me back a bit. What a counter breaker does is it cancels whatever you're doing into this pose right now.
Whoa.
And it makes Saber Wolf really
Saber
slow
Wolf
after
was
that.
so annoyed he went into instinct on seeing a counter breaker.
So during that pose right there is a decently sized window where if Dan had attempted a combo breaker at all, doesn't even matter if it was the right one, I will grab it and proceed to lock him out and get a whole new combo right there. So let's try to break me after the first hit here. Yeah, so now I have to go nuts. And he has a 4-second lockout.
Right. Our normal lockout is 3 seconds for guessing on the breakers.
Yes.
But you get a 4-second lockout. It also resets your combo so that all of the combo that you've built up that you have to go towards an ender, you can basically reset if you get a counter break.
So basically, you get a longer.
So theoretically, if someone was really good at reading someone, and this would be the most hype thing ever in a tournament finale, would be that somebody actually counter breakers multiple times and is actually able to kill somebody completely through a bar in one combo.
I think
theoretically it's possible. We've never seen it happen. We've seen it I've seen one counter breakers. We've seen, godlike 60-70% combos. I've never seen 100% combo.
Yeah.
It could happen though.
But in practice, you can do it.
Theoretically,
you set it up. You
It
can just
could happen. So you would probably have to do a big reset on the combo.
Yeah.
Forget that.
So going back to manuals, so what do they do for you? So one, your window to break a manual is small enough that you can't even do it on reaction. You just have to do a straight up guess. So to give an example, I'll do a laser sword and accidentally instinct. I'll do a laser sword. So I just linked or manualed a standing heavy punch. I'm not doing it anymore.
There you go. There.
There we go. Okay. Once I get used to the timing of this key, there we go.
So those were all manuals. Obviously, manuals are harder to break, but like you said, the timing on them is really strict, and you have to get used to doing them.
And actually, like light manuals are easier to pull off than medium or heavy manuals. So
Yeah.
it really is a frame window kind of situation.
Yeah, and depending on the move you are trying to manual from, you might not have access to all three strengths of buttons,
Right.
depending on your speed.
Right. It's just like a manual attack in that they all have ranges. Autos will magnetize you to the other character in a way that you can basically continue a combo pretty easily, but manuals don't do that. So anytime you're using a manual in a combo, which you can do some really cool things when you use them, you have to be really aware of your distance and spacing in order to pull them off.
Yeah, and a final thing about manuals is that auto doubles actually do, for the most part, do more damage than right now. So if I do this a few times, this is a few times.
They are hard.
Okay, 9% with the two.
See, he's getting an auto. See,
So
like we said, they're tough.
13% and like way more potential damage. So if I do get to end that combo, like the damage difference is pretty significant for doing autos over manuals. So there's a good give and take on why
Right.
you would pick one or
Right.
the other.
Manuals might be safer, but you're never going to land as much damage as autos. Right.
Yes, and also when you play the auto double game, you get to land counter breakers like this. Because while you can counter breaker while going for a manual, you'll just get a lot more opportunities of when going for auto doubles.
Yeah, 70% damage.
70%, and he still had more hits he could have added.
Yeah, more you keep going.
Yep.
Yeah.
But then you might get broken, so...
Yeah, you
that's
might
a-
get broken.
it's a
Risk
risk.
all that
risk,
damage.
so it's a risk reward. But we're looking forward to those hype, tournament situations where the guy just, he has nothing left to lose, so he might as well risk it all.
Yeah.
And if he can read the opponent well enough, then he can just make a tremendous comeback.
Right, and this is something that, we've talked about this for a while when we've done streams and talked about KI, but one of the things that's really important to us is being able to know another player. You see a lot of tournaments people when they're like, oh, I've got this guy downloaded, I totally know what he's going to do. And that's a really big part of our game. And how that manifests in ours is through breakers and knowing people go into habits. Like, oh, every time Dan, after he does his charge with Saber Wolf, he always does mediums. So it's getting into that habits and then using those habits against the other player in a way that you can turn it around to your advantage.
Yep.
On that note, we start talking about shadow counters.
Just say those
We
shadow.
have tons of questions too, so let me know when you guys are ready to take
Or,
those.
or since we're about to switch
Yeah, we can
topics.
do.
So while Tori's looking for questions, let's
Yeah.
talk about
Yeah,
shadow
yeah.
counters.
That's a good one.
So what a shadow counter does is it cancels your block reaction straight into
That
this
one?
counter
Alright,
pose.
so
Now you see right there, there's no invincibility on the shadow counter that comes after the shadow counter. So to get these to work properly, the best way to do it is to shadow counter on the second to last hit right there. So shadow moves all have 5 hits. So I just wait for the 4th one and then the shadow counter.
Shadow countering, of course, implied by its name, does burn section meter. We're in training mode right now, so you're not seeing meter getting burned, or it's regenning really quickly. But basically, it's always that one's really tough.
Yeah, that
Like,
one is good.
some of the moves are much harder to shadow counter. Nice, you got it.
is there any? Oh, sorry, Adam.
No, I was gonna say things like obviously Saberwolf's overhead claw there and Glacius' shoulder are really difficult because they hit so quickly.
They hit so fast.
Yeah, and Sedura's kick is like that.
Yeah, so we had one question.
It's going so fast.
Yeah, one question were there any thoughts of adding
Shadow
Shadow Ender into?
So shadow combos. The whole idea that you could shadow an entire combo was something that was really cool in KI2. I think it was I can't remember. I'm horrible. I feel bad now. But it's something we always really liked. We haven't thought about a way to do it yet that would be really. I mean, yeah, we can put it on. We can tack it onto a combo and make it all shadow. We can start with the shadow move, but we'd like to explore making it a little cooler than that. Right, and making it more functional. Like, a lot of the stuff we want to put in the game, the reason we haven't put in a lot of things that are more just for show is because we really wanted to get the engine and the combat system feeling really excellent and solid first. So as we look at shadow combos, another way to think of it is like, yeah, but if you're shadowing a combo, does that mean I can break on any 3 moves? Because one of the things we haven't talked about yet is how you break shadow moves. So why don't we
This
talk
is
about that
something really
first, because this kind of leads into... While Campbell's just abusing Dan
Right
right
there.
there.
Shadow linkers.
Poor Saberwolf. So let's talk about shadow moves in combos and how you break them.
A quick question first: can we plink in KI?
As far as I know, not at this moment. I do think there are DH guys on
That
this.
DH would be better.
Yeah.
than that one.
Yeah, if
So
they're there, they can.
I don't even play 2 waterfalls, so I couldn't.
He's got that.
Please include shadow enders.
Okay. Yeah.
Mike
Nice.
says only double tap.
That's because I missed
Right.
the shadow.
Only double tap.
So you can only blink on. You can only double tap. Yeah.
So right there, I just planked the manual. That's pretty sweet.
Well, there
It
you
was-
go.
I'm not even sure I was looking.
No plank. No plank.
No plank.
No plink.
Is that for Mike?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that a request or a command?
There was an exclamation point, so I'm gonna go
So
with
I'm assuming that Mike is saying that there is not blinking.
No plink.
hate plank.
Gotcha.
No
Mike
plank.
says hate plank. So I
Well,
don't know what that
okay.
means.
And we don't
Yeah,
put
that's
things
fair.
that we hate.
That should be a
Yeah, I'm
t-shirt.
really not.
I hate plank. Or just
Yeah.
hate plank.
Yeah.
That should be our new T-shirt. No plank. Definitely.
No plank. Can we answer that one?
So let's talk about shadows and combos.
Yeah.
So how do you break shadows? So we've shown you that you can break autos and you can break manuals basically by guessing the power level. Shadows are kind of the same way, except you don't have to worry about power level. What you have to worry about is hit timing. So in order to break a shadow,
So in order to break a shadow, the first is a little complicated thing. The shadow move has to hit in the middle of a combo.
Let's be a linker.
Has to be
can't be an opener.
Yeah, if the shadow move is an opener, then you cannot plink. Okay.
Yeah, you waited too long, so you heard the 1-2. He locked himself out there. So how you break shadows and combos is you have to tap out any 2 equal power buttons on the hits, and you have to get 3 of those. They don't have to be sequential, but they have to be on the hits.
Right, so you can hit the first one, the third one, the fifth one, or the third.
Well, no, you can't hit the 5th. You have to hit it.
Oh yeah, right.
No, because the 5th wouldn't count. You have to get 3 hits. There, like that.
All right.
Oh yeah. Sorry, you have to start it.
Yeah.
And the game, you might have heard, you hear their announcement go 1, 2, 3. As he's doing this.
And see, that's actually a great psychological tool, because what you can do is if someone's beating on you with a combo and they use a shadow move, you've got the advantage to basically going 1-2 and then seeing if they go into a shadow counter. Because if they go to shadow counter you, right, you can counter break it, right? Or if you go to counter break, you can counter break them. So you have this interesting mental game going on of, do I do 2 of them immediately on the first 2 hits, wait and see what the other guy does, to see if he does a counter breaker, and then he's basically open if he didn't do anything. So again, the deal, Campbell, sad. The deal is trying to build, we're trying to build more of the mental game even around breaking, right? In ways that you can pressure the opponent that's dealing damage on you to rethink the idea of finishing a combo.
Okay, what about this one?
You're just mashing.
Yeah, that's the widget. The widget is bad.
So basically,
So,
never accept responsibility for failure and blame the TV.
what advantage is there on having wall bounce combos, not knockdown, when there is no wall to push the opponent on?
There's a few good ones actually. So Dan, do a quick combo into the wall bounce into mid straight. So right there, like, it's a really fast situation. If Saberwolf immediately dashes,
Saberwolf, well, that was slow.
He's immediately behind.
Yeah, Saberwolf can immediately dash, and if the player's not waiting for it, you can either go for a throw or you can go right back into a combo. And go. Too slow. Like, so that was even too, like, you can get it to the timing where the minute that combo is ending, you're dashing right behind it. So with Saberwolf, it's a really great advantage to be able to push people around, too. Like, I want him in the corner, like that. There we go.
And from that range, he can also do his overhead opener or his low.
He could slide. So suddenly, where heavy knockdowns are really kind of a really great thing in fighting against the setup, meaties, and other ways of kind of mixing up the players that are on wake up. Some of the characters can do that just off of the wall bounce done mid-screen.
And I believe the timing works out as such that if after that wall bounce and Saberwolf immediately dashes, the other guy does something, it will just go the wrong way and Saberwolf immediately. Just based on the timing.
Depends on if the guy moves, right? Yeah.
Like if both guys
like
do
that.
something as good as possible, I'm pretty sure Jago 6 out of 10 is wrong.
Yeah, and depending on the ender level you use, actually gives Saberwolf advantage.
Maybe dead.
So like if you do a level 1 ender with Saber though, on that, I think it's closer. Anyway, there's neat advantages so you can play around.
It definitely works.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we can get into the instinct mode cancel.
Instinct mode cancel.
Yeah.
So if any of you guys have ever played, Marvel or Guilty Gear, many other games, many games give you the ability to cancel a move directly into nothing, like your idle stance, like that. So, So what does that do for you? It does a ton of things. It makes unsafe moves safe, like this uppercut right here. It makes moves that you can't combo off of, like this uppercut, start combos. Once this instinct move goes away, again.
Back up.
Let me think of combo.
Right, so
But you have to hit. You have to hit. But
the idea is also, the great thing about instant cancel is it's not just for offense. So, for example, if you were doing a move, let's say you started to do a shadow move against somebody who you really shouldn't have because they have meter and they can shadow counter you. You can immediately hit instinct to stop that move, make your attack safe, and then do a new attack with basically 0 recovery.
Yep.
So you have all these neat ways of basically turning the tide of the battle using instinct cancels. I've even seen it happen where someone messes up, is pressuring you with a move, you're going to get shadow countered, instinct cancels, the other guy then instinct cancels over the instinct cancel in order to get the advantage again, and then basically turn the combo back around. So you have two shots at reversal, essentially, using instinct cancels.
So let's try that. So I'll do a shadow move. You shadow counter. I'm gonna instant cancel, and then we're both gonna start mashing.
And it'll go perfectly.
It's gonna go great because this is live. Yeah, that's
Well, I missed it.
Okay, block first.
yeah. So there you go. So
Campbell thinks so. Chess notation.
Campbell essentially used instant cancel to get out of the fact he was about to be shadow countered,
And then I mashed.
and then he mashed to pull out a move so you could basically break that combo. So again, neat uses of it. You can also use it to cancel ultras.
Oh yes, yeah. So you guys seen that a lot. People do an ultra, they get all the hits, they use all their bar, they activate the instinct mode, and they basically do a second
Another full
combo.
combo.
And that's how a lot of people are getting above 100 hits right now.
Yep.
Pretty cool stuff. I actually haven't given the high hit count challenge yet.
Yeah, Thunder is still the record.
What's that at?
136. Yeah, pretty impressive. The thing is that I think you can get even longer ones if it led into from a counterbreaker combo.
Oh yeah.
A counterbreaker combo into an ender, into an ultra, canceled into more combo, into an ultra again.
Yeah.
It's probably going to lead to some insane. I can't wait to see the videos.
Yeah.
So activating instinct is really good outside of combos, but inside of combos, it also resets
It
your
resets
combo
your KV.
limit.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Compliment.
yeah, your combo limit.
Ah, right. Sorry.
So
Old
yeah.
school nomenclature. Sorry.
Yes, we're still internally KV.
Yeah.
You can also use it kind of like you would in Marvel, like you can use it to stop time, see what's going on, like while
Yeah,
Jake
get a
is doing
second of like, wait, what's going on?
it. Yeah, and then do the right move. For Thunder, it's really good there because you activate it, see if they're grabbable, if they do it, if they are, you
Grab
do
it.
it.
Right.
If they're not, you don't forget. It's kind of fun.
Oh, jeez.
What?
Dude, question ladies here, chill out.
That?
Don't worry, it'll be fine. I'm question ladies here.
Okay, well,
I love it.
All right, question later, Venus.
Let's see.
Question, is there a restart button or instant back button to restart both characters in the middle of the play? So.
Currently, that is on the menu. I believe the menu has a reset option in the training mode. It does, but we don't have it on a button right now. It would be something we can definitely look at.
That would be
Yeah, that would be nice.
that is very definitely.
And that's something that's in a lot of other fighting games.
Yeah. Yeah, it's for some people.
Yeah, you don't really need taunt in the middle of in the middle of training.
Do we have any great coupon?
Yes, as a matter of fact, you do. But
Is that why question ladies off the spell?
No, it's because there's a bunch of dudes in here. That's why it smells like great coupon.
I don't even want to go there.
Yeah, we won't even talk about Lockout.
Come on, let's talk about Lockout.
Yeah.
Okay, so
last topic, and then we can get into something. Just cups.
So one thing a lot of people don't know about Lockout is that the UI will show two different kinds of X's based on how you messed up your combo breaker. So Dan, let's mess up this breaker with a different button than this. See, that was a red X with an orange exclamation point. So that means you pressed the wrong button. So now let's try to get the orange one. So I'll do a jab auto double, and you'll probably naturally time this wrong to run this. There we go. Orange X with a white exclamation point. So even though it's a pretty brief window that's up there, it tells you basically all you need to know about why you missed your combo breaker, which is pretty important.
Yeah.
So that's on the defensive side. On the offensive side,
Well, what does it tell you?
Yeah, so you didn't actually. So the difference is the white exclamation point means that you mistimed the breaker.
yes.
It means
Your
that,
timing
that
was
you
off.
did not hit during the time that you could have broken the attack.
Yeah, it may have been the right button, may not have been the timing.
But your timing was off in the window that you had to break. The red X with the orange exclamation point means that you actually got the timing correctly, but you guessed the wrong power levels. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to make it I'll let you see into the mind of the defender a little more, and make that kind of something that's got a little more hype behind it. Because originally we didn't have that in, and it was cool, but it felt like something was missing, and we wanted, again, in keeping with kind of getting more people into fighting games and letting them learn about what's cool about fighting games and the fun of them, we wanted to give them more insight into what the other player was doing, even not be aggressive. And so doing the lockout mechanic was one of the things that really helped kind of deliver the hype. And it was like, oh, he's going to get it now! Because generally that's when all of the beating starts, the minute you get lockout. The minute it goes away, you better be thinking about ending your combo because the other guy can break again.
Or thinking about
The other player.
Yep, and then the nice thing too, so a counter breaker actually also adds a lockout.
Yeah.
Yes.
4-second lockdown.
And counter breaker is a 4-second lockout, whereas a regular lockout is 3 seconds. So with a character like Saberwolf doing his rabbits, that's a lot of damage you're putting out if you can keep doing rabbits for 4 seconds. Oh,
But the idea is you try to bait out the lockout, or if you see the lockout, then
immediately go for big damage.
Yeah, you take advantage of all those moves that you kind of been
Right.
pulling
So,
off,
so
like
for
heavy
example,
doubles.
right,
You can instant
exactly.
cancel too, if you want.
It's the difference between when you use manuals and when you use autos, and then you see that lockout, you better be doing the special things your character has to build the most combo value possible and the most potential damage, or you better be doing heavy autos.
Yeah.
And basically just adding damage as fast as you can before that thing finishes.
So as luck would have it, both of these characters on the screen have 2 special character-only abilities that allow them to maximize damage after getting a lockdown. So what Jacob can do is he can...
Well, not even a lockout, he can just do it in combo.
Oh yeah, he can just do it whenever, but especially useful during a lockout is he can cancel auto doubles downward into another auto double all the way back around back to heavy. So I'm going to do heavy, medium, light, heavy, medium,
light, and then you can end it.
Yeah.
So if you look at the bar up top, watch his white stuff go away. Now watch how much potential damage this does.
Oh my god, no cats.
Yeah, so just that quick, already 43% damage.
And that was with no shadow meter, no anything. That was just basically a combo that anyone can do.
Yeah, that's what we call Jago's round.
Right.
Because of
And-
the way it works.
and
It's
it-
kind of akin to the original KI system where you kind of piano down the buttons. So
Yeah, it's an homage to the original KI games, and you had to always piano down the buttons and kind of do that waterfall.
You can also mix and match punches and kicks.
Yeah, you don't
Yeah.
have to do all punches. You can completely mix it up. You make it look all stylish.
And there's no limit to, well, besides the combo limit itself, you can go around 7.
Yeah, you could basically go around twice fully, instant cancel, and then do it 2 more times. If the guy was really that bad at not breaking you, because it's pretty obvious that you're going to be, if you start doing around the worlds, it's pretty obvious what you're doing, and the guy's going to know heavy, medium, light, heavy, medium, light.
Yeah. And then Saberwolf, he has his rabbit doubles, which we showed you guys before. But
Alright guys, so we're gonna switch back into regular fight mode, so I'm just gonna show you our beautiful host mugs right now. Alright, so
And
switch
they
to fight
are-
mode.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Alright,
We're
so
gonna
we're
kick
going into fight mode.
This is because we have some cool things that we don't want to show you in training yet.
Yeah. Ooh, super secret
That's
screen.
Yeah. All right.
All
Go back
right.
in.
Hide
Alright.
it. Alright, so go back. You guys ready? Not quite yet?
No, we're ready.
Okay,
We're good.
and we're back. There you go.
And we'll do something.
The window.
Yeah.
We're streaming from
Sadira
inside
is always fun.
studios, so we are actually checking out what Question Lady's office looks like.
That's
Smells like
true.
grape
If you
Poupon.
rotated the camera around, you'd be pretty impressed. Pretty awesome.
There'd be a giant jumble of wires and unicorns.
Yeah, there are lots of unicorns in this office. It's really true.
Unicorns and dudes. Somehow the dudes doesn't go together.
Now, there was a request to show the sticks. We can rotate the sticks.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So there are.
Oh. What, is it
It wouldn't be me if I didn't miss something.
Is it true that Major Nelson will be the 8th secret character?
Oh, you bet. Larry is totally on board. with it.
Nothing says.
And we've given him all of his fighting powers that he has in real life, so you can expect that it's going to be quite a match against all of these other simply powered characters.
How close to finish is the main roster in terms of gameplay and balancing? I think that's a safe one to answer in the sense that, like, we can't.
Oh, main roster, as in
Like,
the
the game,
6?
yeah.
The initial 6?
The initial six are pretty.
Yeah, they're all.
They're getting there.
Yeah.
They're
The others are doing good too.
You can only play as Major Nelson.
Well,
you guys
I
are running with her.
No, I think Major Nelson can only clear as Major Nelson.
As far as the pin question goes, I know we're getting a lot of those. We're just not talking about that today, guys, but stay tuned. As soon as we can talk about it more, we definitely will.
Yeah, there's a lot of information we can get to. There's a great post on Peyoke's talked about it. Yep, we've talked about it. There's some great information. When you play XBLA, there's a wonderful, nice chart you can look at of all the different versions and what we're kind of offering. The pin version is for people that really want to play.
It's better to eat. So, will you be releasing an OST for KI in 2013?
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned, alright.
Wow!
Are there some added lighting effects at Saber Stage, or am I going crazy?
Well, there are a lot of lights in Saber Stage. Each stage has its own lighting system that's there's some optimized lighting tricks and things that are really staged to make them look as sexy as possible.
The answer in the short form is yes.
Yes.
There's well, I mean, all the
there might be more.
yeah, I mean, all the stages have been polished, and this stage is definitely, we keep balancing and tweaking not just the characters but the stages and everything about the game. So constant upgrades and awesomeness.
Yes, Dream Train King, not crazy. Will you include mini ultras?
Include
mini ultras. So yeah, basically, first round at the end of KI, you could basically have a mini ultra, which is a small version of an ultra that you can only do when the opponent is down in health. Currently, we do not have those things. But again, as a game that's going to be constantly growing, it's something that we can look at in the future.
Okay, let's see.
Yep.
Oh, we're switching around? Nice.
Yeah,
Okay,
now you get to see.
Hi, I think we can see your hand, Torin.
If you lean down, you can get your head just in the view.
Yeah.
I am real.
This.
Oh, Lion Glacius. What you want to do in this matchup is
So, question, if someone does not intend to buy the Mad Catz right stick, will we have to try to do these precise moves with shoulder buttons? Has anyone heard about a 6-button gamepad from Microsoft or from anyone else?
There hasn't been. I would assume that there's going to eventually be more options for people for controllers. We don't have anything. It would be something great to talk to the Mad Catz guys about. Like, if you guys really, that would be awesome. That would be a wonderful thing to tell them too. Like, hey, I've really love to see this.
Yeah, but I mean, we should talk about the controller itself. You guys want one controller.
Yeah, so some of the things that we've done to make this game really playable on a pad. Dan actually usually plays on pad. We were showing off the sticks today, so Dan gets to be beaten on while playing on a stick. But one of the things that we've done to make pad play really, really good is that not only do we have a new D-pad which works night and day better than the old D-pad did on the 360 controller. We also have put a bunch of shortcuts into the game for all of the doubles. So instead of you trying to hit, it's easy to hit heavy punch and heavy kick at the same time because they both have the upper right, left button, right button, right trigger. But what we want to make that easy on all of them. So tapping the right stick, basically, on the while you're playing, will basically allow you to do tap down, that's the equivalent of light punch and light kick. Left or right is medium, and up is heavy. So you can use that not only to throw, you can use it to break throws, you can use it to break with, you can use it to counter breakers, and you can use it to activate instant. So we basically tried to make it, there was a quick alternate in different places, it's so awesome.
It's so awesome. I need that ringtone. Is it possible to train with friends online? Is it possible to train with friends online? Everyone's
not
look
currently.
look to Torin.
But
Apparently
He's-
Torin is salty too.
am I? Well,
Torin gets pretty
on
salty
occasion,
sometimes.
on occasion,
He does.
I've
Because
been,
Campbell beats him.
I've been
Oh, he's like, I'm playing again.
Well-
Yeah, he will do that.
Yeah, I mean, I've just kind of resigned myself. That's my resigned one.
Not your salty, not to be confused with your salty.
Not
Yeah.
my salty look was like strangely calm and kind of like disturbing.
My salty look is I go quiet. Like, I just stop talking, which is rare for me.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, Adams.
And I don't
Yeah,
think Shadow.
Adam's gotten serious. Dan calls it my win mode. He's like, you just went into win mode, didn't you? And I'm like,
So can we get a flick flag? What?
I'm sure
I don't know.
somewhere.
I thought you would.
What did you call me? I just thought that was a really interesting question to ask. Will the fight stick also be available on day one in stores or only online?
That's really
That's a good question.
That's just I believe someone just posted pictures on a box, which looks really awesome. So
Well, it's on sale now. So you can go and get your pre-order now.
yeah, you can pre-order them now. But I'm saying like the boxes are out there, and so I don't know. That's a great question.
Yeah, what like their actual distribution on day one in stores. We're not too sure about that stuff. It's a question.
That could be something to check with your retailers about too.
So I feel dumb. Flick flag and Orchid spin kick.
Oh, right.
Orchid does kick.
Orchid has a lot of things.
And she is fun.
Yes.
And not ashamed.
No. Just
I
badass.
thought you that. Yes, I love that.
Hey, look, achievements.
Yep.
Yeah, everybody's super excited about that.
Yes, lots of achievements. You have tons of achievements in this game.
So I think we had another game time question.
Yes.
We heard about the shortcut buttons with the stick, etc., but that doesn't help us with the basics of the game. When two of our basic attacks are on the shoulders. And what was the recommendation again? I have to approach Microsoft and ask about the 6-button game time.
I would say, right now we've got a fight stick. I don't want to speak for Mad Cats. Basically, they build a lot of peripherals. They've built these in the past. It's not out of the question that they would build them. Oh, nice, broke the ender.
Yeah, we can't really speak directly.
I can't promise anything that's not under our control.
But it would not be surprising at all.
Yeah, I mean, like Microsoft, we generally don't build. We build controllers generally, the basic controllers, but we don't generally build a lot of peripherals ourselves.
Yeah.
Are we able to change the announcer yet, or are we waiting to show that off?
No,
we actually
actually
switched the announcer last week.
Okay.
Sorry, you can jump in?
Okay, I'll jump in.
Let's see. Oh, it's Salty Torin.
Salty Torin.
I'm making you that gamer tag.
Oh boy, here we go.
It's probably already taken.
Question: has Bill Gates played full court yet? That's such a good question on so many levels, and you have to know.
I'm sure he's played
with Santa
Door back in the day.
Yeah, I bet. I would imagine that Mr. Gates' character is pretty much full door from the original KI1.
That's fantastic. Okay, so emulated K1 gameplay. When are we gonna see that?
As soon as we can. We've
playing
got it in office.
in my office, and it's awesome.
It's a glorious thing.
It is a glorious thing. And
Soon, really soon, promise.
All of the scanline emulation and everything, you can turn it off, you can turn it on. We have all these different render modes. It's awesome. It looks great. It's amazing to see, a game from
Final boss, Ken Lobster.
It's fun to have with achievements there.
Dude, and it's got achievements, and and some of them are quite, you need to be good. Yeah, there are some good ones.
Alright, this Sable Wolf color is terrible.
Yeah, this is probably my favorite Sable Wolf color in the game. I do really like the kind of the fox one, but this whole like gold and black is just great.
Dark, we are actually streaming from inside Microsoft Studios right now, from inside my office particularly. Let's see, I agree. God, this question is, chat channel is moving so fast, it's awesome. Does the story follow the events of KI1 and 2?
One of the reasons this is called Killer Instinct and not necessarily Killer Instinct 3 is while we like a lot of the story stuff from the original 2, and there's a lot of stuff we see is in some ways similar in terms of origins for some of the characters. We kind of started fresh with the story and wanted to give a new take on it.
Yeah.
It's also because we were kind of fighting games usually get a little ridiculous with the stories. I wanted to start at least back in the kind of grounded world and not have to worry about time travel and a bunch of other, kind of some of the weird endings that had happened in the game. Like, it's hard to know who you take for canon. Like, whose ending really happened? And which version of the ending was that? Was it the version where, Jacob didn't kill his sister, or did, or, so we wanted to kind of reset all of that and start over. So the story is, you'll see things of it from the original games, but it's a new beginning for the Killer Instinct past.
Let's see. Can we see any more behind the scenes footage of KI? Or can we expect to see it? I think that's a good request.
Yeah, that is a good request.
It's definitely a good request.
Well, I'm sure that all the games guys in this stream do. Yeah.
Let's see. Death Diaries. Yep. Sounds like a good request there. Will we see a rainbow glaciers?
I still like the marshmallow filter myself that someone suggested in the other in another stream.
Oh yeah.
Basically, the one that was had Jello with marshmallows inside. I don't know. You know, there's all kinds of fun we can have with skins down the road. So we want to do. We've got a lot of really great skin ideas. Right now, we're concentrating on some. Not only do we have the classic ones, which we'll eventually get to see. Oh, so nice, Grasa.
Guy on the right. Torin, do you remember a guy named Amon from Evo? He had, I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name, he had one of the KI comics and died. Guy on the right, so I'm assuming that's you.
It's probably me.
I do remember someone showing up to get Ken to sign a bunch of comics, and
Yeah.
Awesome.
yes, I do remember that at Evo.
Awesome. Let's see. Blah, blah, blah. I'll only use
Yeah, that was
Skittles.
awesome.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Will we see ultimate combos?
Ultimate combos.
Oh, Ultimate. Yeah.
Ultimates, not at launch. Maybe later. Like I said, there's lots of things we want to add. Characters, fighting engine, awesomeness first.
Yes.
We'll be holding a lot of polls and things like that once we're launched of features that people want to see that'll help us prioritize things we know we want to bring to the game. And also give you guys an opportunity to, have a voice in maybe some of the stuff we do in the future.
Muy importante.
Let's see.
Yes.
What did I miss? I just got here. Is that the question? We'll have to watch the archive. Let's see. Who designed Glacius?
A lot of bad ones. Yeah, but yeah.
You mean design in
It was
terms of
about-
look,
yeah.
design in terms of combat, design overall. A lot of ways to interpret that.
Let's see.
Yeah, Batista did the game design. Oh, dude, this Glacius is really, really good.
Yeah, some of you guys saw some of the footage from Evo. Some of that Glacius.
Yeah, some of the really good Glacius play was with John.
Is it at all possible that we get a female announcer? Not an overly sexual one, but one serious female announcer. She needs to be
Yeah, someone
be cool.
sent a Twitter to me on that, because they had asked for their other announcers, and I said, only one.
Any question, maybe?
Yeah, someone just posted a link to an announcer in wrestling that was feminine and kind of cool, but not just the sultry kind of generic announcer that you might hear from other games. So it's definitely something we can explore. We'd have to find the right person. We do have an interesting, there's something maybe down the road, yeah, there's an interesting thing we can do in terms of female announcer. Oh, how did you punish me that?
So do you promise in caps that KI will have constant updates? Those are very specific.
Very
terms.
specific, yeah.
Yeah.
Constant.
Constant. I mean, constant means like every game.
Define constant.
Yeah, define
Yeah.
constant.
Let me put it this way, we intend to keep supporting the game as long as we keep playing and enjoying it and, growing the community.
Let's see. Are you guys considering changing the Ultra Enders of Jago, Thunder, Spear, and Saber Wolf? Glacius one is awesome, based on the Master Form game.
On the ultras themselves.
Yeah.
We've talked about this is in no way set in stone. Are we promising this for the future?
Wow.
Like my disclaimer.
And now we
Is that basically we would love to explore the idea of letting you choose between different ultras. That is not something that's currently on the table, but it is something that in the future we would love to explore. I love the idea of being able to personalize your play a little bit more by having a choice of ultras. But right now, that's not in the plans, but down the road, yeah.
So we got a really good.
Oh, that was nice. That was pretty
I refuse to believe that.
That was good.
Part of your saltiness.
Sorry, ever so often.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Takes it. Still going.
Crunch.
So
close. So close.
So, we got a really good suggestion. Where'd it go? Oh, we need to have an hour stream of DHG Filthy Rich versus Microsoft Bugtooth. The person that loses, get the most losses, gets tape based on the stream. I approve of this so much. I love old Tapey Face. I believe it or not, I had a whole Facebook album of old Tapey Face.
Oh, wow.
I know it's hard to believe that I would have
You and Alex had that.
I had it, but it was old Tapey Face. Emphasis on the old Tapey Face.
So you noticed, if you guys noticed on the stream, there was something that popped up and said game clip recording. One of the things we have in the game is we look for kind of cool moments and like amazing comebacks, and we'll automatically record things like that then you can post to your friends, edit, upload, whatever you want. You can also just record anytime you want as well.
Nice.
Duct tape, that's just wrong.
Duct tape?
Duct tape,
Cool.
that limits your creativity because no matter what you do, it's permanent. He literally lose eyebrows in the process.
Oh, that.
I've been completely downloaded. You saw it here.
So bad.
Yeah, you know how we were talking about getting inside someone's head? Yeah, I think Tori is experiencing that.
Duct tape equals. Can we turn game clip recording off entirely? We're not. We might need to get back to you on that one.
You know, that's
That's a good question.
I'm not sure.
Let's see.
You might be able to from a box level, like I think from the system stuff you can do it. So like on a console level, you can turn it off so it won't record at all.
Nice. Okay. Let's see. When is the next AI Friday? That's super hard. I don't have the answer to that.
The guys at Double Helix do.
Yeah. Talk to the guys at Double Helix about Super Arcade.
Yeah, we love those guys. We totally love to be there. As you can understand, everyone is really busy getting ready for. Oh, that was hilarious.
Oh, all right, someone else.
Let's see. Oh my gosh,
Oh, you
chat's
guys
moving so fast.
Yeah, go ahead and play.
How many different combo enders the average character will have? Will the average character have?
Average character?
And can we see some of the max hit combo enders? The combos seem to be in either one way or the other.
So-
you've been showing a few, but
So how many enders is a character generally has anywhere from
2 to 4.
2 to 4. Most, I think everybody actually has 3.
if you got Shadow Ender.
Well, Christopher has her air, right? So she's got her air ender as well, right? So every character has either 3 or 4 different kinds of enders, and they do different things depending on what you end. Like, so for example, Jago's Fireball ender gives you meter. So the higher the combo value was, the higher the ender level, you get more meter back from ending with a Fireball. Uppercut is straight damage. Wind Kick allows you to do the wall bounce, right? We've done Laser Sword as the juggle, so you can juggle up in the air and then follow that up. So we basically tried to give every different ender has different characteristics to it that you can use strategically depending on where you are in the fight.
Oh,
Bam!
this is like that's like old school Dan. That's back when Saber's
So there was
throw was like.
so back in the day, at one
ridiculous.
point, Saber Wolf had a throw that like what was it, 1 frame startup, and it had more range than Thunder's normals. And so basically, Dan would just run at you and throw you.
Just throw you, or just throw you whenever.
Constantly, it would just throw you whenever. in the
Just
middle
out of the air. You
combo.
could be across the screen.
It didn't matter. It's just like he just
There's
throw
a
you,
chance that it would hit.
and he just kept doing it. And he would refuse, and we would talk about balance, and he would be like, "No, the throw is fine."
Are the old Ultras still in the game?
Old Ultras. No, because the old Ultras relied on the old move set. So a lot of the Ultras were built out of individual frames from all of the different moves across that character. And so building Ultras that were based on the old Ultras would mean that we'd have to have all the old animations from the original games. And since we've reimagined all the characters and rebuilt all the characters from scratch, you know, we didn't start with anything. Basically, all of these guys have been rebuilt. We don't have the luxury of having all of the original animations.
Is Killer Instinct Online dedicated servers? Do we know that?
Dedicated. We're using the live service.
Figure out we're using the that's what I thought. I just want to make sure.
Yeah,
it's
we're
right.
using live service. Fighting games are a little different in terms of dedicated servers because you're doing more peer-to-peer. It's not an authentication kind of thing.
No, I don't buttons for that.
But we're using live services and we have all of the great features of live access on the Xbox One for KI.
Woo! He moves!
Is it possible to get the E3 announcer's Mike's rage verbal voice back?
I don't know. Ask Mike. Talk to Mike. He's in the.
He's in the chat.
He's in the chat.
He's in the chat.
I really miss Mike's shadow voice.
Oh, his original like.
Mike said that voice hurt. We don't want to hurt Mike's voice.
You don't have to say it every time. Just once.
Just once.
Well, or the 20 times we make him do it until he gets it right.
Yes.
I don't know, there might be some little sadism there, like, do that again, Mike.
It's the
I didn't like it. Didn't like
You know, Mike, that would make have enough feeling.
I'm not really getting the.
Feel like you were really impressed.
I mean, did you really care
Rematch.
there? Or you just
With that
phoning it
sound,
in?
I think you're at a 7. You need to go to an 11 with that.
What made you guys decide to change Thunder into a grappling character? There was some love for his Phoenix Fireball.
Phoenix Fireball was really cool. Steerable Fireball, awesome. Sounds like a whole character could be built around something like that. That would be really neat. Instead of, again, in kind of the mindset of not trying to make every character kind of, everyone in KI had a Fireball. Everyone in KI kind of had a Slide. Everyone had a Fireball. We wanted to make the game a little more diverse than it was back in the original days, and that meant that some things got changed as we were working through the characters. And in Thunder's case, it felt like a projectile wasn't really the thing to do with it. That we wanted him to do really kind of a fierce, in-your-face, more punishing combatants. And so things like Phoenix, unfortunately. But it doesn't mean that we won't do neat things like that in the future. We have a lot of opportunities with the game and with the lore in order to explore characters that may have something more like that.
Right.
With Thunder, we were pretty excited about the possibility of having the first grappler after that.
Yeah.
And I think it's turned out really well.
Yeah, I mean, like, he's super, like, just relies on some really great normals and a really dangerous game once he gets meter.
Thunder, we have this character who's seems pretty simple on the surface. You don't use a ton of moves on him, but he still manages to be really fun and he still feels good.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's the great thing about Thunder. And because his moveset's like, his Triplax his Shadow Triplax having armor, oh my god, that is just so great.
Oh,
Yeah, the great thing about Thunder too is the minute, look at that, 57%, the minute he gets an opening, it's serious damage.
And so
So,
Can musical ultras be turned off?
nope, that's part of the game.
Okay.
everybody likes musical.
Yeah, we
They're
also like
fantastic.
ultras.
We had that question asked a few times, so we haven't asked it.
So apparently not everybody knows.
I'm surprised at
They're
that.
Is that
so
like
good.
musical
They're even
chairs?
better now. We've the guys went in and they had us.
Oh!
I like that.
Off the ender?
I didn't hit those buttons.
Alright, so now we have a total list.
That was a total
Wait, so
troll.
you can do an ultra, and then at the end of the ultra, you can cancel it into
I didn't hit
the
those
quick
buttons.
ultra
though.
ender?
I see.
Alright, I'm gonna come up with something to say.
Oh, dude. Wow.
Can you guys even do 100 plus hit combo?
Yes.
We want to
Yes.
see that
Yes.
before you end the stream.
I will say no.
I will say no.
Yeah, I can do
It can be done.
Alright, if Dan can do it, we can do it.
Alright, Dan.
I mean, yeah.
We got 6 minutes.
I play my most.
Oh,
Sorry,
yeah.
we're not showing Orchid today, but stay tuned. We will soon
Yeah, I
enough.
know. We've
It's hard.
dangled Orchid a lot.
I know.
She is
That
awesome.
first combo is the hard part.
It's just.
If they try.
We'll have to have extra moderators and extra question ladies for that stream, I think.
And don't
Yes.
let my hands anywhere near the
Well, that would just be
Oh, that's right, yeah.
because I don't think we're gonna even have the next character in the selection to make sure that Campbell doesn't accidentally reveal.
Beep, beep, beep. Air doubles coming?
Actually, Severa has the ability to do air doubles. So she can actually, in the air, Severa can actually piano between her light attacks before she actually does any follow-up. So you can jump in the air and go light, medium, heavy, throw a projectile, and you can throw them in the her. So again, not every character will have them, but definitely explore specific characters.
Bucktooth, what's your favorite character?
Currently Severa. She's like way too much.
I love Severa.
Honorable mention to Glacius.
Yeah, Glacius. Once you get Glacius down, he is so fun. Making people land onto your shatters is just one of the funnest things.
Oh,
You're like, oh, you're gonna jump, huh? Let me put you right back in combo.
Are you guys already working on extra characters that aren't part of the first round? See, we're always working.
Are they working? Are we working on it? Yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
we
we
are.
are. Yeah,
We're always working. How was that for ambiguous?
Various stages of it.
Yeah, totally.
I feel like I get an ambiguous achievement. Would you consider making a DLC for similar format design with a classic rotating character select screen from KI1 for this new KI to feed the fans of KI who played the early 1990s?
Well, you will get that rotate that classic character select screen in the KI1, you know, our KI1 version that you've got.
I can't read that one.
I can see. Hold on.
Well.
Yeah, I'll talk about it. Oh my god.
We're missing
It's
this.
pretty good.
We'll tell you out. We'll tell you later.
Okay.
Oh my god. Oh my Lanta.
Oh, missed it.
So let's see, we've got 4 minutes left. Make sure you guys stay tuned because Project Spark is going to be streaming next, not on this channel.
And Project Spark is so awesome.
It is so awesome.
Everybody should freaking play that thing. It's so fun to play. It's so fun to create. So easy to do. And then if you want to get deep into it and actually go beyond the art and the easy modules and start actually making stuff ready to go, you can do that too.
Will classic costumes be available at launch?
No.
You know you asked a good one when no one talks. Let's see. Will there be
So
a...
there's
Go ahead. Nothing.
No, what?
I'm gonna answer that
Just-
question.
Oh, which one? Which one?
Sorry.
classic costumes launch.
Classic costumes launch.
Yes or no? Wait a minute.
Stay tuned. Yes, we will tell you soon.
That is not yes.
So, but you will even if the classic costumes, and I'm not saying they will or will not be at launch. We will show them to you, and
We will show-
you will get to see them.
You will see them before launch.
Yes.
Yes. That we can say.
Yes.
We want you to see all the awesomeness that the game has on them.
Sure,
Yeah, but
sweet
once you
stuff.
come in, we want to do like that.
Sure.
crazy
Go for a silly head combo.
All right. Last match.
Last match.
Make it quick.
Oh, what did you do? You kicked the next one.
You kicked the Xbox?
I'm violent.
Oh my god. Get out of here.
I hate machines.
Whoever gets themselves like 20% first,
Go.
let the other guy.
Go.
Oh, random, nice.
Probably.
Oh! Got it, got it.
No.
Here.
Dude.
And we're on camera, so we're just gonna end it right here. We love you guys. Stay tuned next week. We're gonna end this
Oh my
before
gosh.
Campbell starts crying. We got.
Oh boy. So
oh
in
my
no
God.
way, was that your fault.
I know, but
I saw her legs. All right, you guys. So we will see you next week. Stay tuned
Hey,
because we're all getting. Yeah,
See, everyone wanted to see some Orchid. You got to see.
we're
some
all
Orchid.
going to the principal's office now. So yeah.
nice knowing you
Thanks
guys.
everybody.
That was a great book.